All right, so for this one, we're going to be doing some rolling through the lumbar spine. You can use a foam roller for this, but my recommendation is to actually use something like a softball. It's a little bit bigger than a lacrosse ball, but it works just right. So what we're trying to do, the main goal here is we're working right at the bottom of the ribs. We're going to come off to the side of the spine. We don't want to go right over the spine. That's not going to be comfortable or beneficial in any way. We want to come over and work through these muscles through here. So what we're doing is taking the ball, we're just putting it up against the wall, leaning into it so we've got some body weight against it, and then just doing a little bit of some side-to-side movement. And what we're doing is we're looking for those tight, tender spots. Once we find a really good one, we'll just kind of work that back and forth a little bit, and then work your way down the spine. Okay, so what we're coming is we're going right from the bottom of the ribs right down to these little bumps right here called the SI joint, which you can see on the spine right here. This is the SI joint. So we're working from here down into this area. Be careful not to go too hard on the SI joint. You do have some ligaments there and not a lot of tissue, so you can bruise it and it can be kind of tender, but it can also be beneficial to work it. So get in there, just be really careful not to get too much weight or too much pressure, otherwise you could bruise it. But what I would recommend is come right down that spine, just right up into that SI joint. If you're having a lot of pain that's connected with your low back coming down into the hips, then watch our video on working through the hips. I would also recommend using this ball through the hips. Same idea, just get that ball up against the wall and you're just working kind of through this back pocket up into the front pocket. So this is going to help with low back pain. It's going to help with lower rib pain, SI stability problems. If you keep having a lot of problems with your hips or your SI joints, oftentimes this rolling is going to be needed.